This conversation in particular requires more speculation, though, if you're trying to go deeper than just he could be, he couldn't be. So if you're asking me to defend he is, I'm sorry, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that bait. But for most of the other conspiracies, the ability to tell that you're being lied to is pretty much just the nail in the coffin. All the other evidence is right there. You don't need to speculate about the evidence because the evidence is right there. But most people can't even do that. So I just don't fuck with it anymore. So I straight up don't fuck with it. I've argued on Twitter with Zach Maitland's follower X, who says, "Oh, do you have any idea how hard it would be to keep a conspiracy like that secret? You never considered that?" Okay, dude. Sorry. Really actually feel sorry for you because if that's the conception that you have of the people who own you, then that must be really traumatizing for you. Just gotta remember to cut the fucking grass every day. That's all I've been forgetting. Okay? I'm so used to the fucking... Gotta stress. I'm not saying that speculation isn't useful. What I'm saying is I'm not going to use speculation to defend a position that I wasn't even really holding. I'm not saying he certainly controlled opposition. I'm saying the way that he bowed out and the vagaries of his rhetoric are highly suspect. Morally irresponsible to try to do what? Try and catch people in their faulty logic? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What I'm saying is I've had this conversation 100 times with 100 different people who they're not holding on to their stance against me for any reason except that they just can't bear the thought. It's not because they have any reasons. And all the reasons that they cite are just official reasons. That's what the official reasons are there for. I'm still slow on these intros. That's true, but you have to... I mean, eventually you have to decide what's more important. You have to be a little selfish and say, I don't want to be a slave. I don't, not more than that, I don't want my nephew to be a slave. And I don't want his son to be a slave. I don't want... Am I going to get this kind of luck? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I guess it's fine. But, like, I really hate the variance in these. You have to... I don't know. I know that not everybody has the moral capacity or the I won't even call it an intellectual capacity because it isn't. But you have to ask yourself eventually what's more important. And there are people all over the world currently, not even just our offspring, that are suffering greatly for the lies that we're told. And so if people think that if people feel like their just spiritual comfortability is more important than that, then I think that's wrong. But again, I don't bother because I am actually at the point now where I'm pretty sure that this is just going to continue on until either we have a very egregiously oppressive world government that just, you know, polices everything we say and do and think, like we're actually approaching now, or until some great violence happens that puts an end to it. In the meantime, I don't really want to die, so call me a pussy, but ultimately my reason for pursuing conspiratorial thought has only ever been out of my own sense of curiosity. It's not because I want to change the world. It's not because, you know, by the time that I realized the gravity of some real conspiracies, I had already left college, you know, and so I had already kind of phased out of that phase, which was very short for me, where gotta change the world, gotta, you know, I don't even know. I remember meeting some people in college, and the kind of people who spell, and this is my, I hate this more than anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The kinds of people who spell person with a Y, or women with a Y, or, you know, all these fanciful pronouns. I have never and will never fit in with those types of people, and I also think that those kinds of people are, oh, believe me, I've always been exceedingly cynical, but to recognize there's different levels to recognizing mass government corruption. Okay, that was close. I thought it was Wednesday or Thursday for a second. I don't know why. I was only ever interested in video games and learning. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to help people, obviously. I mean, I don't think that even you do. But, you know, I will say that I think that the means to help the most people right now is not available to me in the way that I would like it to be, so trying to pursue it at all does more harm than good to my psyche. Mostly because the people that you're trying to help, they don't want to know. They don't want to know. They just can't even bear the thought. So, given that, there's just no point. I'd rather just play these video games, write some books, maybe work in the university for a few years. That's kind of my master plan for making at least some big bucks, so that I can eventually just get away and probably, hopefully, somehow get some land and grow my own food and never emerge again. Honestly, make it a smash house. Make it just a fucking, Not exactly off the grid, but at least off the beaten path. And Thursday, Friday. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty serious. Mostly because lately, I have had serious skin issues, the likes of which I've never had. I mean, I've had acne before when I was a teenager, and my skin wasn't great while I was at college, but I have had severe skin problems, and I only, within the last few months, realized that it was all related to my food, stress as well, and sleep. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you can heal yourself, and a lot of it is dependent on remaining calm and getting sleep. Two things which I have eluded me for the last 4 years. But I realized that it is very much related to the food. And so then once I actually started looking at the ingredients of everything that I was eating very, very closely, it'll scare the shit out of you. It'll make you vegan real quick. I'm not exactly vegan right now, but I just fucking love eggs. But you know, the source of our meat, and especially dairy, just spooky shit. Spooky shit. So wait, that's 3 days. So I seriously, you know, call it Harvest Moon syndrome, whatever. I really want to have a house someday where I can just grow my own food. I have enough land to grow a good amount of food to not just survive on, but also, okay, I need to harvest tomorrow, or I need to forage tomorrow. It'll be Saturday. Not just, you know, survive on, but also potentially store, save long term. What the government does is it provides services to you, and that's all well and good. But more and more and more and more, as government develops, it takes away people's abilities to actually live autonomously. They have absolutely no way to control their own lives, control their own diets. It's very alarming. I'm gonna go back here to see if I can find. Well, is there an herb over here? No. Tell me there's an herb over here, please. You're fucking kidding me. What is this? What is this luck? Whatever, dude. Just gonna have to go back there another one of these days. It's fine, because I actually have to... So, I don't know, but... So it really takes away your ability to... You know, you depend on them for everything. You depend on them for food, for shelter, for water, everything. So that's half the reason I feel like a lot of people don't want to, you know, make waves with the government, because in a lot of ways it feels like you're biting the hand that feeds. But, you know, it's very much an abusive parent, and the government is in tight relations with all the you know, biggest food producers, all the biggest, you know, the dairy industry, cheese industry, fast food industries. They don't give a fuck about childhood obesity. If they gave a shit about childhood obesity, they wouldn't make deals with Wendy's and Burger King and Taco Bell. They just, it's, the science is there. They have government scientists that know. So, it's, you know, the more you learn about the ways in which the government is disregarding your well-being, the less difficult it is to believe in some pretty severe stuff. So that's just kind of where I'm at. I think I only got 3 more. This is so, I think I got 4 more. Okay, that's fine. So tomorrow, today will be Sunday. Rain. Monday. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I would straight up have a Smash House, or just a. You know, just a place where I could host the old buddies if they needed a place to go, or, you know, whatever. But again, that there's no way to do that without trading a little bit of your soul, and that just kind of is what it is. You know, I watched my dad trade many years of his life to corporations that didn't give a shit about him. Didn't give a goddamn shit about him. Damn, I can actually cut more than that? Are you fucking kidding me? Wow, okay, whatever. But at the same time, because he did that, he was able to retire from that. He's not retired, you know, he's started a business with my mom, which has become pretty successful. He's trying to help my brother start his own business, which I'm sure will be successful. That's kind of the kind of work I'm doing now. But he was only able to do so because he paid a price in exchange for enough savings to, you know, survive for long enough while he starts these other projects. Fuck, dude. Come on. Yeah, I mean, believe me, I'm very conflicted about the whole nature. You think about capitalism. Capitalism produced all of these things, all these video games that we play. And if you really think about it, the government probably loves that we just play our fucking video games. Oh yeah, they're just playing their stupid games. They'll never actually catch on to our plan. They're too focused on their stupid fucking shuffling and, you know, matchups and tier lists, and Fox is fucking gay and shit like that. You know, I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they love that I just sit here and stream to degens complaining all day long about them, but not doing dick about it. Can't do fucking dick about it. But so it's very, like I said, I'm conflicted, but I think that there's value to video games, as long as you're playing the right video games. should be Wednesday. Let me just double check it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So maybe that's better if I do 21. So that means that I'm at 25 fodder now. But yeah, but that's also why I pretty much avoid movies like the plague. Movies are Hollywood is very freaky. And you know, the spectacle of it is in a lot of ways a big part of what allows a lot of these things to go on right in front of everybody. But you know, even movies like Star Wars or a superhero movie like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was propaganda all the way through. It was crazy. When I saw that with my sister, it was war propaganda all the way through. It was, I was honestly a little bit, not offended, I was a little taken aback. You know, I might go see the new Star Wars, maybe. I thought the last one was poo-poo. I thought it was poo. But, you know. I didn't see Rogue One. I'm talking about The Force Awakens. Thought The Force Awakens was really bad, personally, but and that's not because I'm not a Star Wars fan. You agree? I am really glad to hear that, because everybody who I've talked to about it, if I've even started to say, I thought it was kind of bad, they're immediately like, well, come on, you're so hypercritical. What are you, some kind of cynic? What did you expect? It's a fucking Star Wars movie. What do you even see movies for? Come on. And I'm like, dude, if that's your idea of a good movie, then... Dude. Wow. Yeah, I heard Rogue One was okay. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was literally insulting to people's intelligence. How infantile the plot was. You know, how completely flat the characters were. Completely. Completely. Okay, that's a good point too. She just comes. Oh, she just has the Force. It's like, dude, Luke trained for a long time. I thought, I thought that was kind of the point of the. I understand that people are just trying to get to the meat and potatoes, but yeah, I thought it was. And like I said, it's not because I'm like I think Star Wars sucks. Most people hate on the pre-trilogy. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3. I've heard a lot of people hate on it. I didn't even hate those movies. I thought they were good. I mean, I watched them as a kid, but yeah, exactly. It was Episode 4 plot, but just even more simplistic and just yeah. So I thought it was a waste of money, but I saw it with my brother, so it was whatever. But yeah, I'm just saying I didn't like hate those movies completely. I just yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so there better be some fun. Yeah, Episode 3, in my opinion, is good. Episode 2 was weird. That's a good point. Yeah, it was kind of intense, but okay, this is good. So we're gonna be somewhere about 11. I'm gonna have to come back. It seems like you have to take about this many trips out here anyway. I don't think it's Thursday. If it's Thursday, I'm gonna be so pissed. But I don't think it is. If it's Thursday, I'll just reset. Because I'm not wasting this time. Because this is actually a really straightforward run. I'm just gonna try and get a decent time. Come on, 7:59. Come on. I guess I should cut grass even on these days. Yeah, no, I'm a big sci-fi guy, so I like pretty much anything like that. If anything, too, I felt like Episode 7 was pretty childish. I mean, I understand that it's Disney now, and so they're also somewhat probably trying to appeal to a younger audience. I thought it was very PG. I just thought it was kind of... Yeah, well, the comedy, obviously, was just like... It seemed like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind if a trilogy has, takes a little bit of time to get off the ground. It just really felt like it honestly felt like a 14-year-old could have wrote the script. I feel like I could have written that script. Shit, okay, I forgot you can't skip this cutscene. Obviously, you have to name the horse, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I like Finding Nemo. I mean, I like those kinds of movies. True, true. Should have been counting. Because I know I have 32, but... I'm gonna eventually have to pull it back out of my pocket. Seriously? I'm still... Okay, good. Shit, where is he, dude? No. Shit, my movement needs to get better over to the barn. Yeah, and I mean... I didn't think the acting was that good. I'm just gonna... I don't think any part of it was... in any way exceptional. I think it rode fully on the fumes of the Star Wars franchise. And that's understandable that they would ride on it a little bit, but I felt like it was, like many movies are today, I felt like it was pure hype. And it was a pure cash grab. That's all it was. They didn't care about giving fans a good, especially die-hard fans, you know. I know there's some die-hard fans on Tumblr or whatever, but sorry, I don't think this is a very good movie. It was like, a lot of movies are like that nowadays, but this was very blatant. I agree. If a diehard fan, like a true Star Wars nerd who knows the extended universe and all the history of all the, like the specific technologies and the blah blah blah, and just is really fully invested in that, then that had to have come across as probably the biggest possible insult that they could have released. Yeah, one of my ex-girlfriends, the girl that I used to date online, she I don't even know how to describe it. She apparently had a thing for like Carrie Fisher, who obviously is dead, but and just was a huge fan of her as an actress or something like that. I never really got the impression that she was that good of an actress. I don't really know, but yo, what's up, Asgard? Been a while since I've seen you in the stream. Here I am, finally speedrunning Save the Homeland. So this is my second category for any percent that I've routed so far. This is my first run, so should be easy to get about a 145 is my estimate. But this is a great game. I'm actually, you know, playing this many years later. Most of the time when I play an older game that I didn't get a chance to play as a kid, even if it's from a series that I really like, you know, I'll like it and, you know, I'll play it, whatever, but it won't really have that same, you know, I always feel like it's missing that appeal that it would have if I'd played it as a kid. You know, I'm just kind of like an adult playing it now, like, okay, whatever, you know, it's not quite the same. This is fucking magical in a way I haven't really felt like this about a game that I picked up after many years before. This is actually just overall has been a really nice experience. Just like any nerd who knows all the records of the Smashers matchups doesn't get Smash. Right. Right, that's true. It's a good comparison. But yeah, the girl that I'm talking about, she is not necessarily really much of a sci-fi nerd, I don't think. So I don't think that she knows much about the extended universe or like that much about the plot and things like that. I think that she was just kind of into it for the glitz and the glam of, I don't know. She's a role player, so she's actually somebody I met on a really old Harvest Moon roleplay forum. So I think for her it's more about kind of the drama, which, you know, if you like drama, it was a good drama, I guess. I mean, I guess like I felt it was really predictable, but it was dramatic, you know. And there's a degree to which predictability in drama isn't a horrible thing, you know. More than anything, I'm not trying to talk shit about that girl. I'm just saying I know that she definitely liked the aspects of the movie that I didn't think were very important to me. If I was trying to think about what I liked about the film, even if I liked those aspects, they wouldn't really make the film for me. So no, I was just talking about, yeah, we're talking about episode 7. I'm saying her opinion of the movie was, to me, severely inflated because of aspects of the film that I think are not important. Oh yeah, all I was saying is I've, you know, in my Facebook stalking, actually not Facebook stalking, but, you know, just internet stalking. You know, you happen on somebody's social media profile completely by accident. Oh, fuck, dude. But yeah, you know, I think that the aspects of the film that she liked, to me, just don't mean that much to the film. I don't, if you know, in terms of analyzing it for any kind of artistic merit. What, the guild worships Star Wars? The thing to me is, like, if you're a Star Wars fan, I feel like you should. That's all the more reason why you shouldn't like that film. It was an insult to Star Wars fans. For fuck's sake, it was terrible. It was awful. It was. I don't say that about a lot of movies, although I'm saying it about most movies that I see nowadays, because I think movies are just going down the fucking tubes. But it was tough, and I mean. I mean, I obviously tried to get into it. At first I was, taken in by the special effects and the, just the opening scene and blah blah blah. But after a while, you just go, like, holy shit, this is bad. Yeah. Dude, definitely. I mean, obviously, I think Melee is super creative, so, but that's why I felt like it was a farce. Not Melee itself, but just, you can kind of understand when you've just been given kind of just a counterfeit coin, and it's, like Musashi says, you gotta, forge yourself in the way, but also, have an appreciation and an understanding of all the arts, all the arts and accomplishments, he says. And that was not an accomplishment of a film. It was just a commodity. It was not really much of anything. I mean, in my area, depending on what time you go see a film, it's not that expensive, but if you're living in Chicago or you're living in a big city and you're paying for a movie, that shit's expensive. Yeah, that's not very. See, that's funny that you draw that distinction. That's kind of like, to me, that's like the hardcore filthy casual, who just like, they have the Nintendo Switch and they have all these fucking games for it, and they've played, at least 100 hours on each of the games and blah blah blah. But to me, what have they accomplished in any of the games? And you could argue that no, video game's an accomplishment, but I mean, obviously we all know that's bullshit because we played Melee, and Melee is fucking crazy. But yeah, it's. Obviously, I don't think of something like that as an accomplishment, so. The run's going pretty good so far. And this is honestly a really easy run. It's It's going to be about optimizing the timing for a lot of stuff, getting good luck on the foraging, as well as some YOLO, I think, with the horse. Leaving outside. Yeah. But I mean, Ixarian is not just a savant. He pursues it to the utmost. I mean, so, you know, maybe you could say that his exploration is just as deep just because he does it in so thorough a way. But I guess what you're saying is, you know, unless you are like that type of personality, you need to have kind of a broad personality and broad understanding of the arts and just a lot of things in order to really appreciate and understand an art for what it is. Ixarian definitely is has a lot of other skills too. Or at least my point is, you know, he's smart in a lot of other ways. They might be related to this, but you know, he went to college, graduated, and I'm not saying that's what makes you smart, but obviously we've talked about that. But he's similar. Like when I first met him, that's literally the first person I thought of is like, holy fuck, is this the Mewtwo King of Pokemon speedrunning? Oh my god. Like this guy's off the chain. Dude, come on, dude. Oh, please, dude. Why can you only jump there? I don't get it. What day is it? Tuesday. Yeah, the cicadas are cool. So 24, so I got +8, which means I have 9 fodder left right now. I'm gonna have to optimize this a lot better. Shit, what am I fucking doing? So it's plus 12, so I have 20 now, I guess. That might be enough. I don't think that Bob's affection is not high enough. If it was, I would be fucked. I'm at 17, right? Yeah, I was 17. I didn't change it. Yep, good. I still don't know really how to optimize the gifts to Bob. It's frustrating that you have to do it in 2 goes. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much because you have. I'm kind of doing it like this roughly because I think this is probably the right way to do it. I don't really know. Wait, shit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Shit, I could have just... Come on. The fact that you can mount it, but it won't let you dismount until you move a little bit, that's fucking stupid. 18. Dude, come... It's actually really frustrating to, Oh, no, I didn't write... on, boy. Honestly, since I'm probably gonna need to be working on this paper, not paper, just the statement for school. I think I could swing it, but I think it would be more responsible for me not to do that. Just because I really, I've put some time into it already, but I need to make sure that my chances are as high as possible to get accepted, and I need to focus on the rest of the application too, and so I think it's probably best if I hold off on any, how do I say this, revelatory behavior until after my applications are in. And this one's actually pretty crucial because this guy in particular, or this school in particular, has a prof there who works in the exact area that I've been doing work in, so I think I was strongly considering it, and I want to, because I can honestly say I haven't smoked weed but like 3 times, I think, in like the last 6 weeks, which is probably easily the most. Like, this is the longest tolerance break I've had in a very long time, and obviously we haven't gotten together and done any debauchery for a while, so I'd like to do it, but I probably should just hold off. Sorry. I really want to, I'm telling you. I was trying to get it done, and I do have it mostly like worked out, the paper I mean, but I really just think I should make sure my head is, together, follow through. It's really all about that follow through, and I could submit a relatively half-baked paper and it might work out, but I don't want to get rejected and then later go, could I have done this better, or could I have so it is, believe me man, it is very much a rebirth for me. I've been I have been down in the dumps for probably the majority of the time that you've known me. And just kind of not myself. Not really, everybody knows Hines. I think fewer people know Elliot very well. And they're the same person, I'm just as much Hines as I am Elliot, but it's just I've really got to make it happen, because I don't really have another chance after this. I honestly feel like a cat who's used up 8 lives. Seriously, and I'm glad that you're supportive, because not everybody would be necessarily, I guess. It's not that my other friends aren't supportive, it's just that Zbet and Blake, I feel like, can't relate in quite the same way. But I really need to make this happen. Dude, come on. So, we'll see. I think I have pretty good odds. I just... Oh, there's one part of this that I didn't route very well. Yeah, Z-bet's actually a tough case. Z-bet is a tough case. Z-bet's doing better than he has in the past too, though. He's starting some classes next semester. I'm not saying that colleges, you know, you have to go to school in order to get moving, but I think a lot of times that kind of a change can, even if it's not school that really does it, it's I can't really fucking... This is such an annoying program to work with. Jesus Christ. This could be faster. I didn't really optimize this very well because I didn't write down very precisely what day you get 4 hearts on. Because if I did, then I would probably start giving gifts to Bob by now. Dismount, bitch, please. Annoying as fuck. Like, should have wrote this down in these notes. I don't know why I didn't. Dude. Please. Okay. I just really hope it's not the rainy season by now. No, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. It's early fall. Don't rain tomorrow, please. Are you kidding me? This is all that's over here? Fuck, bro. Yeah, this is very, very poorly optimized. I didn't do very well here. Yeah, I did not do very well on this. That's okay. I understand how I need to map this out better. Wait, is it 37 today? Yeah, I think I did. No, what day is it? Okay, god dang you. Gotta double check the days. It's Tuesday, because I haven't been keeping track of days. For all I know, it could have been Thursday. That would have been a very frustrating. I wouldn't have killed the run, because I actually just need to give him gifts now, so. Son of a bitch. Yeah, this is not well optimized. This sucks. It's okay. I just don't like how ugly it looks, but we'll figure out. I'm still figuring out the general timing. Yeah, I'm still 3. I think it's around 43 days. I'm almost there. I know I'm almost there. Did I do the horse yesterday? Fuck, I feel like I'm fucking up a little bit, but it's okay. It's first run. This is gonna still be a pretty good time, I think. It'll be decent. It'll be faster than Goddess Dress, I think. rain's kind of fucking me here. Like, hello? I need to go up to Bob now, please. One. Wait a second. So you would want to do your fodder in a few. Come on. Let me mount the fucking horse, dude. This is actually... The thing is, like, it would be one thing if it was just one time. Like, you have to mount that horse like 40 days in order to do this as fast as you can. So you're doing it that many times. It's not reasonable how inconsistent it is. First of all, the way that the horse spawns. Second of all, you know, being able to actually like get... It's silly. You ask me. It's fucking silly. Dude, oh my god. Okay, I didn't even count those, but it's fine. That's just stupid. Probably didn't even need to grab that mushroom. Yeah, I definitely didn't. I thought I had fewer berries. It's okay. First run, very sloppy. Very sloppy. I'm pretty sure it's like right here. That's 8. Oh, really? What's that? What's today? Monday. Not really. Come on, dude.
Working with scientists, including chemists, physicists, and biologists. If you're looking for cool neuroscience careers that are more abstract and focus on the big picture of science. Where did you find this job? Or just is it just like kind of a job suggestion, basically? Okay, I think I have 4 hearts now. I could be wrong, but if I don't, then yes. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Probably don't. Yeah, I know I don't need that many. I actually shouldn't have done that, but. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I think 17 will cover me. Oh, cool. So like what kind of companies? Is it like a, is it more of a, tell me it's Tuesday, I already knew that. Is it more of like a industry type of a job, or? This can be so much better. This definitely has a lot of room for improvement. Mostly because I think I know the numbers now. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I think we're good now. I wanted to give him the herb instead of the mushroom because I don't know how he feels about the mushroom, but it seems like it's a positive gift. That's 14 gifts for him, and that should be enough. I mean, that's cool though. I mean, you'll figure it out, I'm sure. Cutscene, please. Yes. Okay, this ending is pretty straightforward. It really is just going to be about optimizing the fodder cutting and the gifting and knowing exactly what number of hearts you're on, which is not too hard to figure out. Alright, this is actually a little too close. Could be better on the last race. I don't know. I'm having a hard time here. Taking corners probably a little bit wrong. It's actually pretty hard to corner in this. I should probably use that pad instead of the stick for this. Have to remember to feed the horse today, and then other than that, it's over. So this will be not sub 130, I don't think, but it'll be sub, gotta stress for sure. Which is pretty crazy. I thought this would be actually kind of a tougher, oh no, shit. Almost forgot. No, what am I doing? No, you idiot. Yeah, you can't do it until you're in here. Please. Would have been nice to get sub 130, but it's all good. That'll be my next goal. Gotta leave room for improvement. Fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. I didn't split, first of all. So I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to split, but... let's get that split. It's not really a speed game where... the splits are all that important. Although in this category, they matter a little bit more, I think. or they're a little more accurate. Whereas in Goddess Dress, I mean, I could change the splits a little bit to make them. It's one sleeve. Two sleeve. Hello, please. Should have been more detailed in my notes about how long it takes to get to 4 hearts. I forgot to write it down in these notes, although I have it written down in my testing notes. I just wasn't able to open it really while I was playing, because I spent a lot of time checking the heart. I probably checked the status like 4 or 5 times, but you would normally not need to do that because you get it after 43 days of brushing and mounting. So that means a total of 58 days from the day that you get the horse, if you do it optimally. So it's actually really good because it means you never even get to winter, and trying to think. Nah, I mean, you definitely at least get to the beginning of fall, but I think you can do this a lot more, depending on how quickly you can actually get the horse. It's possible that my method is just slow. I need to figure out, but oh, come on, please, dude. I thought this would be sub-goddess dress, dude. I don't know if it will. It should be. Should. I can't remember what day I'm on, but it's got to be this day or the next day that I'll be finished. So. Come on, baby. Noise. Oh, GG. Probably I'll optimize these notes a bit, and probably go for sub 130 before I move on to the next category. So making moves through this. I mean, I've been through 2 already in less than 2 weeks, so definitely making progress. And some of the endings are actually quite simple. I'd like to do the ones that have no runs yet first. This is one of the ones that don't have any. This will be the first run. Well, I finished a run of it last night, but without splits. But this will be the first kind of official run. I'll put this up on the leaderboards just for record's sake, just for for people to look at and learn from. But otherwise, I'll be moving on to, I can't remember what endings. It's like it's the treasure hunt. There's two treasure hunt hunt endings, and I think the other one is like a fishy ending. I think it's the fish one, which is interesting. I think that one's kind of tough, but we'll see how it goes. But I'll probably go for those. I might even go for the treasure hunt. Now that one's supposed to be really tough, and I don't think it's very well understood. So that'll be a real bitch to figure out with some of the guides, but I think I can figure it out. Shit. I don't really know who to host. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be all over the other ending soon. I'm just gonna cut the stream now. Yeah, I finished. It's a pretty easy run, honestly. It probably has some of the most straightforward requirements of any of the. It has a lot of flexibility in it too, so. I was hoping I could get like sub 130, but this is already like a really much better time than I thought I could maybe get, at least right off the bat. So, but it's good. And I spent the last few nights doing a ton of testing, and I think it really helped out because I was able to write a reasonably good route. This was a pretty sloppy run, but it leaves a lot of room for improvement. So I'll probably do a few more runs of this until I can get one that I'm relatively happy with, or at least sub 130, which is completely free. Depending on YOLO strats, I can see this one going down to low 120s, maybe possibly lower, but you'd have to get really lucky. But that won't be for a while, so we'll see. But otherwise, I'm gonna cut the stream for now. But thanks everybody for chilling. Gamera, I'll talk to you soon, bro. And